Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Mr. Secretary, for joining us this morning. First, I wanted to congratulate you for completing the Michigan Ironman triathlon last weekend, so kudos to you. I'd like to begin by thanking you for your work to improve our nation's infrastructure, to improve transportation safety, and to address the climate crisis. I also want to thank you for your work to implement the historic infrastructure bill, which is helping so many communities across the United States, including mine, to create and sustain jobs, especially in construction and engineering sectors, which is fueling economic recovery and helping families to put food on their tables. I'm especially grateful for the resources the Department of Transportation has directed to projects in my district, which includes most of Ventura County in California and portions of western Los Angeles. It includes more than $22 million to the 101 freeway, which is a critical thoroughfare in my district, and over $12 million dedicated to the Gold Coast Transit District for zero-emission buses, as well as funds directed to Ventura County's Oxnard and Camarillo airports, which are critical engines of economic activity for our local businesses in the region. In addition to creating and sustaining jobs, these critical projects are helping to improve transportation options in our community, lessen traffic congestion, reduce harmful greenhouse gas emissions, and improve the quality of life in my community. So thank you again for your attention to these local priorities. As the Department of Transportation considers awards for other competitive programs like the Port Infrastructure Development Program, I also want to emphasize to you the incredible role that the Port of Hueneme plays in goods movement in our nation, including for automobiles and fresh fruits and vegetables imports and exports. The next time you are in California, I hope you can visit the Port of Hueneme to see really firsthand one of the nation's cleanest ports and really working towards zero emissions is really helping to eliminate bottlenecks in both Los Angeles and Northern California. It's a deep water port in California that sometimes is overlooked, but a very, very important port. And as I said, supporting fruits and vegetables and EV vehicles to the American people. So my first question to you, Mr. Secretary, is I was pleased that Congress was able to agree that a blender's tax credit is necessary to jumpstart production on sustainable aviation fuel. So what are you doing to advance SAF technology and to make this critical fuel more widely available to meet the demands of the aviation industry?
Well, thanks for the question, and let me echo the appreciation we have for how funds are going to good use in your region, and certainly would welcome a chance to see Port Hueneme as well. Sustainable aviation fuels are going to be an incredibly important part of decarbonizing aviation because unlike vehicles, light-duty vehicles, where you can go acquire a car right now that is zero emissions on today's technology, while we're, of course, working to make that more affordable. In the case of aviation, we're a long way from novel propulsion that isn't going to require some kind of fuel. Sustainable aviation fuels are made from renewable sources, so they provide a reduction in life cycle carbon emissions. And there's a number of measures we're taking to advance that. One is, together with the Department of Energy and Agriculture, we co-lead the SAF Grand Challenge. That focuses federal efforts to try to dramatically expand how many we're producing by the end of this decade. We're trying to get to 3 billion gallons by the end of this decade to put us on a path to 35 billion gallons a year by the end of 2050. That would be enough to meet 100% of what we project is the domestic jet fuel demand there. Then there's the FAST, Fueling Aviation Sustainable Transition Grant Program. That's $291 million in grants to accelerate production and use and the development of low-emission aviation technologies. Best I can say is very soon we'll have news to make about getting those funds out on the street. We're especially excited about the different applications that are going to come in there because we know it's going to be a lot of private sector work too, but we've got to make sure we're doing our part with public policy.
Thank you very much. My time is about to end, but I also look forward to the opening of the new office of the National Multimodal Freight Network and hope very much that, that DOT will include ports with more than $1 billion in annual cargo in the freight networks. Thank you. I yield back.
Thank you, Representative.
Mr.